Welcome to Comically Comics, your one-stop listen to all things comics. We're talking books, movies, TV shows, video games, and more. I must forewarn you, though, we are a spoilercast, and what that means is we consider all properties, past, future, and present, to be valid, and we will spoil the hell out of them. I'm your host, Michael, along with my two co-hosts, Richard and Jeremy, and with all that being said, let's get started. All right, it is Sunday, December 7th, and we are back for the long-awaited Watchmen Chapter 2, the animated version of this movie. Glad we could get this in before the end of the year. That's good.
Mm-hmm. So many people waiting for this movie.
Yes, just clamoring for this.
They should be. Or should they? I don't know. Jeremy, what's the whelming of this for you? Yeah.
I will say I'm not one of the people clamoring for this movie. I was just whelmed. It was I honestly, I know we just talked about it off podcast. I didn't remember anything from the first one.
That was my worry.
I remember, but as I got into the movie, I remembered other things, and obviously triggered some things. So, yeah, but I was just whelmed with it. Not necessarily my cup of tea.
Richard?
I wrote I was whelmed as well because I think my critique of it last time was like, I've seen Watchmen, like the Zack Snyder movie. I've read Watchmen. I've even watched before this one came out, the little 2D animation comic book brought to life thing. I've watched the HBO series of Watchmen, and I just wrote yep, it's still Watchmen. Still Watchmen. I will say, I think I liked this. I liked Chapter 2 better than Chapter 1.
Okay.
But my also critique is, why the fuck did we split this up? This didn't need to be split up. It could have just been one fucking movie.
Because we needed Blu-ray sales.
Yeah, clearly. Is anybody buying this though? Anyway, we'll get into that. We'll talk about that once you get your whelming.
I'm pleasantly to overly whelmed with this. I know that the Zack Snyder Watchmen, it's not exactly the same as this.
I mean,
he changes some stuff, but
he changes he does and he doesn't. The biggest thing he changes is the monster.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing. And I've argued as much as I don't like Zack Snyder, I've said that Watchmen 300 and Dawn of the Dead are his best movies.
Yeah. And
Watchmen, in my opinion, is the better version. His Watchmen is the better version. That's a hot take. I know a lot of people are like, what? But I think it's a better version.
I need to rewatch that one because it's been a while. Because I was trying to think, and I was like, this seems a lot different than that movie. But I really like this. I liked it a lot. I liked the way they ended it. I thought it made sense because I know some people are like, the squid thing makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. And I'm like, I don't know if they just explained it better or differently in this. I've never read the comic book. That's something that now I really want to do. I've been kind of putting it off because I know it's very wordy. But now having watched this, I was once we got going in part 2, I was like, yo, I'm really digging this. And I as well enjoyed this part better than part 1. Part 1 seemed like a total setup. It was very slow paced. And I felt like this was a little bit faster, and I had a lot more fun with this than I did.
So when did it get going to you? In the last 30 minutes kind of thing? Or?
I mean, all in all, there was just, I don't know. I felt like there was a good bit of stuff going on. You had the relationship between Silk Spectre and
Night Owl.
Night Owl, yeah. You had that. That was whatever. I really like Rorschach. And so there was a lot of Rorschach and his story that was in this back end of it. Yeah. And so for me liking Rorschach, that kind of does it for me. I like Ozzy because he gives me those Lex Luthor vibes. And so just him knowing and doing things ahead, I don't know. I find characters that are extremely intelligent to be very fascinating to me. And those are the ones I kind of gravitate towards. There's not as much blue dong. That's always a plus for me. So
There was like I did crack up, and it was at the very end where he just stepped into the whatever that globe thing whenever he was talking to Adrian,
the base, yeah.
And I was like, and we just had to have a blue butt picture like part in this. I mean, what's the point in that?
My wife mentioned, I was like, biggest, bluest dick, like the Cards Against Humanity card.
Yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. There was a lot going on for me. I liked seeing all Night Owl stuff, like his gadgetry and stuff. I got more Blue Beetle vibes than I did Batman vibes. But I feel like Rorschach gives me more Batman vibes. Just, the brooding and all that other jazz.
It was the voice, right?
It's partly so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all these are supposed to be Charleston characters anyway. Like they kind of homage that. Like Blue Beetle was Night Owl. The Question is Rorschach.
Yeah.
The comedian is Peacemaker.
Okay.
Dr. Manhattan's supposed to be Captain Atom.
Okay, that makes sense. Who's Ozzy supposed to be?
I wrote down Peter Cannon, aka Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt. I don't know who that is.
What about Laurie? Is she like hot girl or something?
You talking about Silk Spectre?
Yeah.
She's supposed to be Black Canary because there's multiple versions of Black Canary.
Is that where at the end she's like, I want a new costume, I want it to be black leather, maybe have a gun, and like this?
I think that was
supposed to be like a
little homage to it. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yes, that makes sense now.
I don't remember that being in the comic, but it's been a long time since I've read it. But one of the things I was going to say to you is, you can read the comic if you want. This is pretty damn close, like word for word, the comic.
That's what I was kind of figuring. Like I figured for it to be as long as it is, which I think is another reason why they broke it up, just the length of it. But for it to be as long as it is, I do feel like it's more of like the actual comic, Sandman style, like word for word, panel for panel kind of thing. So, but I don't know. That makes me want to look into it more. Like I said, I've been dodging it because I felt like it was maybe a product of its time, as well as just it being so wordy. But with an ending like that, I don't know, that ending got me. I was like, I thought it was really good. I thought it was a really good ending.
Yeah, I like it as well. I don't like what they did later with like After Watchmen and Doomsday Clock and stuff like that, because it kind of just erases everything. Y'all were talking about on the news episode, I love the HBO Watchmen. That's like a sequel to it. I thought it did a better job to a sequel to Watchmen than actual like After Watchmen and Doomsday Clock that tried to be sequels to Watchmen.
I can't keep up with which Watchmen we're talking about.
After Watchmen was a comic book series that came out that would talk about like different characters, and like it was supposed to be a sequel to Watchmen. Doomsday Clock was when they were kind of like shifting the Watchmen universe into the DC universe and like trying to make them all one whole thing and have possibly Dr. Manhattan go up against Superman. It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
And then there was on HBO Max, they made a Watchmen TV show that was a video sequel to the Watchmen Zack Snyder whatever comic book movie.
It was a live action sequel. I think it was a sequel to the movie because it involves the squid monster in not the movie, the comic.
The comic book.
It involves the squid monster. Like there's a flashback and we see the squid monster, whereas Zack Snyder just makes like it's a bomb that makes everyone think it was Dr. Manhattan that killed everybody.
I got you. So there you go, Jeremy.
No, thank you.
I think I talked about it last time. I hate the fucking art style and animation of this. I know it is supposed to be copying the comic, but my God, I hate it so much.
It's a hard shift.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about, and like downshift, like like for all those who have driven a stick, it's a hard downshift for me. Especially when there's just one scene where you're seeing a doctor and or two scientists. They're on an island.
Mm-hmm.
The artwork is atrocious on that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Just the shading is it's so flat, and I was just like, no, oh fuck, what did we do? Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
It's somehow is worse than like What If.
Yeah,
It's like that, but worse.
Yeah, I agree.
And like DC has put out some animated movies that have some great animation and art style. And then you see this and you're like, what the fuck happened here?
Yeah. It was just, and it was like, so, I mean, I know I get the point. Like it was also very dark too. I mean, like, and again, like I said, I get that I don't know, just the whole atmosphere that world almost seems dark, but still, I don't know, just give it a little bit of coloring here.
Yeah. It's made by Alan Moore, and again, he's a very nihilist type person. So, matter of fact, I think was his name scrubbed from this. I didn't remember seeing anything talking about like where his name was on it, and I could easily see him being like, "Don't put my name on it."
No, he has. Yeah, he's come out like he doesn't want anything to do. I don't know if it's just Watchmen, but yeah, he wants nothing to do. He's like, don't put credit towards my name. Don't anything. Yeah, he's come out and said that.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Like, did he just not like it or something? Or
no, he's just a pretentious asshole. To be honest,
okay.
Yeah, I mean he is. He's like, just look at him. Like, the man wears dragon rings, for Christ's sake. He looks like a wizard.
Oh wow.
I think he kind of regrets doing these comic books. But like he's put like hit after hit after hit out.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of weird.
He doesn't regret doing the comic books. I think he regrets them becoming mainstream. And then certain things being used for like, I don't know, they've been like retold. He likes this stuff to be like, no, like his V for Vendetta is basically about fascism, and he doesn't like the idea that it was like reused in the movie as like a commentary on like the Bush administration back when that was going on. And so anyway, when you were talking about sorry, I feel like I'm just making comments about the news. When you were talking about the news last week, one of my comments for that, had I made it, was like, yeah, someone better put Alan Moore on Suicide Watch. Because if they're making a V for Vendetta like TV series.
TV show, yeah. I'm pretty excited for that, honestly.
But yeah, like he's just a very nihilist person. Yes, he absolutely, like, Killing Joke, For the Man That Has Everything, Watchmen, I don't know. I can't think of all of them right off the top of my head.
V for Vendetta, From Hell. Yeah. I think Leave an Extraordinary Gentleman.
Like he's made a lot of banger comics and graphic novels throughout the years, but he's also just, I don't know. Like
Swamp Thing. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Swamp Thing. Fuck me. Like
he's just he's an auteur, I guess. You know, he's the classic kind of stereotypical, like, I make art and it shouldn't be touched, you know, which I kind of agree. Like, but at the same time, he's a little too over the top, in my opinion.
He's got different standards than George Lucas, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So what did you want more out of this, Jeremy? What would have made this better for you then? Everything.
Wasn't just gonna say some happiness maybe in there?
Oh, well, you're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get that out of Watchmen. Matter of fact, the comment my wife made at the end of it, she watched the last one with me, and then she watched this one, and at the end of it, when the credits are rolling, she was just like, "What a happy movie!"
Well, it's like you need to go get like a palate cleanser or something just to know that everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Yeah, like it was just, and then like the guy, the one where, you know, where they go back to the kid reading the comic and they have whoever's reading that, like literally it was like they went and found somebody that could sound as depressing and like just whatever, like just sound dreary, and the world is coming to an end, and as deep as you can be while reading this narrative here.
Well, that is one of those that it is like of the time, because that was all going on during the whole like Cold War, and people were really fucking worried. Like the Doomsday Clock, that's a real thing. The Doomsday Clock. And it was getting very close to midnight. Midnight meaning nuclear apocalypse. Everyone's dead. Mm-hmm. And it was around the time Nixon was in office. So like that's kind of what Alan Moore is capturing there. And that whole Black Freighter stuff is a commentary of like what's kind of going on in the comic itself, but also a little bit of what's going on at the world at the time. So it is one of those like reading it, I don't know how many years now, 30, 40, 50 years from now. It's like a little bit like out of context. It is and it isn't. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I was very shocked. Can y'all help me remember, was the Black Freighter stuff in chapter 1?
Yes.
It was.
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was or wasn't. And I was like, oh, okay. So they are, because I was wondering if they were going to do the Black Freighter stuff, because that was omitted from Zack Snyder's movie.
Right. And I think it was done as like a special, like one of those, a different animation. Mm-hmm. If I remember right. Like it was its own solo animation, if I remember right. But yeah, I'm pretty positive it was part of chapter 1, because I remember when it came up, like he was already however far into the story of the Black Freighter, and it didn't throw me off guard. Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, like I remembered it.
Okay. I couldn't remember it or not. I wrote though, I was like, this guy's the slowest damn reader. Like, and that's coming from a slow reader.
Well, he read it like the news guy said he read it however many times. He's like, how many times are you going to read this? Mm-hmm. He is like, it makes no sense. I'm going to read it till it makes sense. Mm-hmm. Which I kind of find funny, because it is one of those that really like, it's weird. It doesn't make sense. But then I guess the more you do, the more I've watched it and seen it, the more it kind of starts making a little bit of sense. So
yeah. So some of the commentary that I had, the I'm not locked up in here with you, you're locked up in here with me scene.
Yes.
I wrote Zack Snyder did it better. I didn't like this version. I mean, it was basically the same, because Zack Snyder's just copying the comic book, but
right.
I forget the actor's name who plays Rorschach. I should know it, because he's been in a couple of things that I really love. But anyway, his acting in that scene is way better than the voice actor here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I did like seeing those things of him, Rorschach, in there in the prison where and like whenever they were starting, that whole riot had started, and then of course the big figure came in there and with his two goonies, and Rorschach just wiped them out real quick without any trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, he didn't really do much on the first guy, but still, that sucked for that first guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that happens.
I mean, it sucks for both of them, all of them, but
yeah. That happens in the comic the same way. I want to say in Snyder's, they're using like a grinding wheel or something, and they cut through his arm that way.
Oh my gosh!
But yeah, same thing. Little guy, he's making like little guy jokes, and there's like a fat guy. He makes fat guy jokes, and then once both are dead, he then just slowly follows that one guy into the bathroom, and then he comes out and he makes the same joke about how like, sorry, I had to use the bathroom, it was clogged or whatever.
Yeah, had to flush twice.
Yeah, had to flush twice. The other, I'm trying to remember what the other scene was. I have it in here in my notes, but so forget that for a second. Jeremy, the reason why I was hoping you would remember is because one of the things we tried not to spoil is who the villain of this movie was.
Oh, yeah.
Were you expecting who the villain was once it was finally revealed?
No, I was not.
Okay.
No, I mean, but also, I mean, that's not a big surprise for me, but I kind of like, obviously, as you kind of got, I guess probably about, I don't know, mid to 3/4 of the way through, I kind of was wondering if it was Adrian, but wasn't 100% sure. So, but nah, yeah, and just his whole setup there. I mean, that's a whole other thing that you can kind of talk about as far as what he did, like trying to. I mean, that's a whole big moral dilemma that you can now, and obviously they kind of touched on it in the movie whenever they revealed it too. Of that, I mean, that's a hard one.
Yeah, no, it is. It's the what is it called? Like the trolley experiment or whatever, where you can like to say like there's a bunch of people on a trolley and it's going to derail, and you can either let it like run over one person or run over multiple people, but you've got to make one choice. Do you kill one person to save multiple, or do you let like thousands of people die or whatever?
Yeah.
So it's that. It's like, do you kill millions to save billions?
Yeah.
I love that. It's such a great, and my favorite from when I read the comic, my favorite line in the entire book, movie, this movie, everything else in between was the like, well, thank God we got here to stop you. And he's like, stop me. If you thought for a moment that I would like let you have the ability to stop me, I did it 35 minutes ago.
Yeah,
it is such a jaw-dropping moment.
Uh-huh.
And it's my favorite moment in the story.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, that was pretty crazy whenever he was just like you said, why would I tell you my whole plan if I thought there was any way that you could mess it up?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, yeah. As soon as he said that, you're like, oh crap.
He definitely did not pull a syndrome. He was not caught monologuing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the moment that really kicks me for Ozzy. That like when I first saw that or whatever, I was like, that's what drew me to him. Just him being that prepared, that ahead of the curve, all that other jazz, you know. And then you add on the stuff with Dr. Manhattan or whatever, like being to that point to be able to know what affects essentially like a god almost.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know. That's just, it's entertaining for me.
Yeah.
And then there is that bit at the end, which is the last part of the comic, where the line is nothing lasts forever, or nothing never, excuse me, I misspoke there. Nothing ever ends, Adrian.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about, I think it's more of like the nihilist of like, you may have put off, this world war, but eventually it will come back. Hence the Rorschach's journal being in the like mailbox at the newspaper stand at the end.
Yeah, but that's also another one of those like Shyamalan endings there where it's like they already set up as well a fall for that of can Rorschach be trusted as a narrator or what, you know what I mean? Like Night Owl, I think, says something like that. I can't remember. Was it Night Owl? It was somebody. Somebody said something along the lines of like, could Rorschach be trusted as information, as an informative?
Mm.
And so, like for his journal, like I was going to ask about the journal because like it's there, and I'm pretty sure that's how the book ends as well.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And it's like it is one of those things of like, can that that book be trusted kind of thing?
Well, even if it didn't, it would sow enough doubt to like get everyone fighting amongst each other again. The different countries. In this case, it was Russia and America. But I, in my opinion, but it's also, it could be Alan Moore's doing his like, leave it ambiguous for the reader to decide.
Yeah. And that's what I feel like he did a really good job with this in all, just with that big twist, with the leaving of the diary, all of that. I feel like he did a really good job of leaving it up to the reader to decide like what's right, what's wrong, what's your final ending, things like that.
Yeah.
There was one thing, I don't quite know the symbolism of it, but all throughout in the comic, and I want to say Snyder does it a couple of times, there was a few moments in the animated series, I remember in chapter 1 and this one, but they didn't do it at the very end. But Rorschach's whole, like, when we learn his origin story, there's a ink blot, the Rorschach test, that always looks like two people kissing, which is invoking his mom sleeping with like another man.
Mm-hmm.
But we see it, I think, in like a storefront at one point when he's going to like find the little girl that ends up being fed to the dogs. And when he kills the dogs, it also makes that, they don't really show it in the cartoon, but in the book, it makes that same sort of like shape. And then when he gets, spoilers for, you know, whatever, a 50-year-old book, but when he gets exploded, when he gets Dr. Manhattan, the like bloody entrail makes that same shape in the comic. But they didn't do it for this, which was really weird. Like, Snyder, I want to say, I'm pretty sure, again, I haven't watched it in a while, but I'm pretty sure Snyder did it in his version. So I just thought that was weird.
Because in Snyder's version, it's like an aerial shot, is it not? And like the splatter on the snow or whatever makes that impression. I wonder if it's because they were trying to do more of the smiley face. I noticed a lot more of the smiley face being done.
Yeah, well, that's also a lot in
this.
That's also a thing that's all throughout the story as well. Like the part where you see it on Mars, that's in the comic. That's in Snyder's version as well.
So let me ask you this, because in the scene here in this animated, when they're backing out and you see Rorschach's face, there's a smiley face in there before it turns into a black dot.
Oh, does it really? I didn't notice that one.
And I wonder if that's what they swapped out, was like the smiley face for those, because they were putting such a big impression of the smiley face throughout the whole episode.
That's weird. I don't like that, to be honest. Well, just because like the whole point of the smiley face is it's a big practical joke. Like Ozymandias is playing the biggest practical joke on the entire world, which is like not literally, but that, like, in other words, he's faking this whole monster attacking New York and saying it's from another dimension so that worlds will, like, it's like Independence Day. It's like the world unites in world peace to fight this one alien. And the comedian found that. So like, that's what the whole, like, just the imagery of like the smiley face is like, the comedian figured that out. But I don't know if I like Rorschach showing that like at the end, because he was very against, like, he wanted to tell the world. He's like, no, even in the face of oblivion, I will, you know, stick to my guns, if you will.
Right. But but that's exactly, he got the last laugh because his diary's out there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you could say that. But you said he's not a reliable. So wait a minute. You're telling me he's.
Hey, I'm going back to the whole ambiguous thing. You can come up with whatever you want. I just know that they mentioned that of like Rorschach's not reliable. He's not a reliable source. Or I think it was Ozzy that was sitting there saying something like that. I can't remember now. But one of the characters sat there and said how he was not a reliable source because of his background and everything else. So
I'm trying to remember what the HBO show did with that journal. I cannot.
I was so disappointed with what I'd seen. And I don't know. I can't even remember what all I've seen of that show. And maybe I need to watch it all. But it was just, I was disappointed by that show.
I liked it. After Watchmen, they find the journal and they like print it all, and like the whole world knows about it. And like the doomsday clock gets like reset back to like 11 o'clock or something that. So it's like shit. Like everything that Ozzy did is basically undone within like a couple of hours.
Jeez. Fantastic.
The other thing I was kind of disappointed is you learn, I think in chapter 1, you also learn this in the story, is Dr. Manhattan, like his whole origin is like his dad was a watchmaker and yada, yada, yada. It's everything about him is watches. So the little tower that he makes on Mars, it's supposed to invoke like a watch. It's like Snyder shows it, but it's supposed to be like ticking constantly.
Okay.
Looking like a clock. They don't animate it at all. It's just like frozen in time as it just like drifts across. And I was like, what are y'all doing?
right.
Took too much of the budget to make Dr. Manhattan glow.
Make his penis.
Yeah.
I don't know. That whole like them going to Mars and him having to talk about like I know it's like a pivotal think point in the entire story. But it also, like, with him knowing everything ahead of time, it also just seems irrelevant, which I know is part of the whole point as well. Like, I don't know. That's one of those where it's Dr. Manhattan doesn't really do it for me. I'm just
No.
Yeah.
You know,
He's annoying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not, you're not meant to, because, like, he's no longer human. He has very little human elements. But the reason why he doesn't know it at that moment is because of the whole tachyon thing that he explains. It was like messing with him. But I love
I figured.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I figured he would know what she was going to say, though, because like he even was telling her things ahead of time. So maybe not know necessarily what was going to happen like on Earth and like what he needed to do to stop that because of the tachyons. But like with her and his interaction with her, I figured he would know that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Anyway,
but
I interrupt you.
I was just going to say is I love the whole turning air into gold. Like it's the one thing that brings him back to humanity, which you all saw is like he basically learns like Silk Spectre is a miracle. Like the comedian raped her mom, but she eventually came back and they had sex, and she eventually gave birth to, was it Lori? I can't remember her name, her real name, Lori. And by all accounts, that should have never happened, but it did. And it's a miracle. And then he's like, and then I realized that every person on Earth is a miracle. So it's like, I don't know. It's a very like Grinch moment. Like he learned the meaning of Christmas. I'm trying to bring it back to Christmas since Christmas is coming up. but it's one of those moments that I really like. And I thought they did a good job. Especially I love the way they did it, where it was like zooming out and then we see like the stars and it zooms out and then we see like the Milky Way and then it zooms out and then we see like a galaxy and it zooms out even further and we see like the universe. So I just thought it was really cool.
I'm going to shift over to a costume real quick because I think we talked enough about Dr. Manhattan.
Okay, sorry.
And his not having a costume. Owlman's costume is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it is.
The fuck is up with that like mullet cape he's got going on?
It really, it's so weird. Like it's got this weird like headpiece that comes up and back, and like it's weird.
That's how he's
Get
drawn.
a cow with some ears, like a normal fucker that dresses up like a bat or rodent or whatever. Like
it's how he's drawn in the comic. I agree.
Yeah.
My wife was mentioning how she's like, also they drew him really like, she's like, he's built, he's like, he's like a brick. Like, and she's not saying he's built like a brick shit house. Like he's literally just like a square, like a rectangle.
He's definitely Adam West Batman.
That's funny
because it's true.
No, I know. I'm picturing those. Like I'm picturing those nipples pointing through the silk bat costume right now.
The first bat nip right there. Primetime TV, folks.
Again, like Snyder, in my opinion, he made that outfit way cooler. It looks more like an actual like cool superhero costume.
I don't remember it. I had to, like I said, I need to go back and watch. I know there's a director's cut of that as well, of the Snyder, and I kind of wonder if that's the better one to watch.
Yeah,
I can't remember which one I have. I think I have one of them, but I can't remember.
It's not really costumes, but the when they're, they've decided they want to go do some superheroing and they rescue everyone from that burning building. And the building explodes. My wife and I both were like, what the fuck was in that building?
Gas radiator.
I wrote, even Night Owl is not immune to whiskey dick.
Oh yeah.
Whiskey dick of the claws.
Exactly.
That's funny.
The thing that I think they added, because I don't remember it in the comic, since we were talking about costumes, is when we talk about Rorschach's like origin, when he talks about like a dress that he found that was like ever changing or something like that, and then he used that to make his mask. I don't think that's in the comic at all. I don't really recall that. And I kind of liked it to just explain like how he has this mask that is constantly changing.
Mm. Yeah, I don't remember that being in Snyder's, and like I said, I haven't read the book, so I can't comment on that either.
Mm-hmm.
Be interested. I may flip through and see. I'd be interested to know.
Night Owl talks about how he went to college for aeronautics and zoology, and I was like, really? Those are just a weird smattering of classes to take.
Happy coincidence.
What'd y'all think of his mentor getting got?
Oh, yeah, that sucked. I hated that part.
Yeah, it sucks. It happens in the comic, I think. I think now that I'm remembering, maybe it's in the director's cut as well of Snyder's. But yeah.
And obviously the worst part was the dog dying.
Yeah, my wife did not. My wife was like, it has been 30 minutes and they have killed 3 dogs. She was not happy.
Yeah.
I mean, he was holding his own until that trophy came around, and that was it.
Mm.
Lights out. That was sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it sucks. But that whole world is like, it sucks. I feel
just death.
Honestly, I feel bad for the like newspaper and the kid reading the Black Freighter, like how they die in that.
Oh yeah,
when Ozymandias does his thing, because you see their bodies, like you see the newspaper man was like cradling, like he was on top of the kid reading it, and there's just like debris on top of them, and they're dead. Like we've seen a body, and there's just like blood pulling where they were.
There's no coming back from this one, Michael. There's a body and everything.
The only other thing I have, man, we kind of talked about it, but the jailbreak with Rorschach was very accurate to what it was in the comic book. And then I just like the title crawl, like the very beginning where we get the title of Watchmen. I thought they did a really cool job of this one than chapter 1.
Yeah. Yeah, Rorschach walking down the hall, hands in his pockets, just
like whistling.
Going for a stroll, walking after the guy. They're hollering at him and everything. He's just not even checking up, just keeps on rolling. Like, I don't know. That was just like, yes.
Rorschach is a badass, but he is a complete and total psychopath.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, man. That's funny. Well, Jeremy, could you recommend anybody watch part 1 and part 2?
Not really, no. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess if I got somebody that has Michael's sense of humor and interest, then yeah, I'll recommend it to him.
Please do. We would probably appreciate that. Does this give you any inkling to want to read this book at all?
Not at all. We'll just go ahead and put that out there. Nope.
Just nip that in the bud.
Yep.
Come back next week. We'll be reviewing Watchmen part 1 and 2.
I was going to say,
Jeremy will not be here.
Surprise, Jeremy. Next year, we're going to read it.
We're going to do what is there, like 5 different iterations that you named off of it? Like the comic book, the HBO series, the movie. We're going to go through all of them.
Yep.
2026, year Watchmen.
Yeah. Watchmen, Watch Madness. Who watches the Watch Madness? That's what we're.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, Watchmen is 12 issues. Like, we could do 1 issue a month, Jeremy, and have this done in like. Oh.
Oh. Actually, I think more appropriately is this.
Fuck! Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. Richard, what about you? Can you recommend it?
Not this. Not
Really?
Yeah, chapter 1 and 2. The fact that this was split up into two halves is just stupid. It's just plain and simple stupid. And the fact that they weren't released, like they were released very close to one another, but it wasn't like back to back. So
Right.
just go watch the Snyder one if you want to watch a movie version of it. If not, go read it. In my opinion, I just don't like this version at all. I think the art is terrible, like the art style of it. I know it's copying the comic, but the comic at least has its own like charming, like it was made in the 80s kind of thing. But this has no excuse to look that way. And then the animation is just stilted and weird, and I don't like it. So, in my opinion, no, I don't think you should watch this.
Do you think they went the route with the art style because of budget or like because of lack of faith in the product? Like, do you think this is a move to keep the rights? Do you think this is a move to like also just kind of test the waters and see, like, we had this show on HBO Max, didn't necessarily make, I don't know if it did well or not, but maybe it didn't do well. And they're like, should we do something? Should we not? Like, I don't know. These are my questions.
I don't know if it was a like quote unquote to keep the rights thing, but I do think there was probably some like behind the scenes like gutting of how much money was given to this, because this was all like, it just feels like it was made very on the cheap.
Yeah.
They did hire a bunch of big name like people to do the voiceover stuff, like the voice acting, but I don't know. I don't know if like the budget went to that, but it's just it's compared to all the other like DC animation stuff, this is pretty like low down on the like tier for me.
Yeah, I agree. DC animation has killed it for years. So it's kind of weird for them to do something off kilt like this.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. Well, kind of a short one.
Would you recommend it?
To somebody that hadn't read the comic book, that was like kind of like me, teetering back and forth. Yeah. Yeah. I would do it then, just because like you kind of, I don't know, it's kind of easier to throw something on in the background, kind of listen and watch or whatever. Part one, I feel like part one drug compared to this, but when I really liked that ending with part two, though. It was like I don't know, it was a solid ending for me.
Yeah, well, that's the ending.
Like, yeah. But that's why it's got me wanting to read it now. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of my point, though, of like, don't split it up. Because like that first one was just like, what are you doing? Like, why? Like, it's not split up in the comic. It's like, what? Stop.
I think it has to do with runtime. I with the way physical media is going, I don't think it's necessarily to sell Blu-rays. Like that was more of a joke earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, maybe it was. Maybe that was something, because I don't know. I don't know why. I think it's more runtime than anything else, though.
I do.
But also, why put them so far apart, like you're talking about? Because I think there was like a 3-month span, was it not?
Yeah,
like we got part one, and it was like 3 months later, part two came out or something. And so that was weird as well.
Part one came out November 26th, 2024. And then chapter one came out August 13th, 2024. So yeah, 3 months.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Pretty much. That's pretty much it.
All right. Cool. Y'all have anything else to do about Watchmen?
No, not right now.
Not right now. Okay.
Oh, yes, there's hope.
Later.
Oh, yeah, I know. We'll see. I guess if I get forced to do it.
What happens over the Christmas break, y'all? Find out. But we got one more episode before the Christmas break. So y'all come back next week. Last episode of the year. Review of the bad idea. Maybe this is a bad idea. Sleigh Bells. One shot. Christmas special. So y'all come back next week. In the meantime, Jeremy, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitch under the handle Night Fury GTO. That's Night with a K, and you can find me here.
Awesome, Richard.
If you want to contact me directly, I have an X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, an Instagram, a Blue Skies, and a Threads. My handle is Night Curry, night like day and night, and curry with a K. If you want to contact us directly, we have a Gmail. Our Gmail is comicallycomicspodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to check us out on YouTube, possibly TikTok, we'll see, and Instagram, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics Podcast. And if you want to check us out on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics with an X.
Awesome. You can find me on Instagram, eBay, and Shortbox22_comics. You can also find me on YouTube at 22 Comics. Thank y'all so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did making it. Well, that being said, say goodbye, Jeremy.
Bye, Jeremy.
Goodbye, Jeremy. Goodbye.
Before you leave, I did the right thing, didn't I? It all worked out in the end.
In the end, nothing ends, Adrian. Nothing ever ends.